as a knight in white armor. Cold as a shot from a gun. If you should look for a man who loves danger, to whom love is a stranger, this man is the one.
Goodbye, Hubert. Edward, mind how you drive. Goodbye, Reeves. I'm very grateful to you. Goodbye, Betty. Oh, there now. It's all for the best, believe me. Now, come on. Let me see you smile before I go. There. That's better. Oh, goodbye, Betty. Well, then. Very comfortable. Well, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I pronounce Sir George Marston dead. Gentlemen.
Look at the coffin, blooming great coffin, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead?
Now, how many times have I told you you are not to sing that song in my shop?
No, Mr. Percy.
Ah, that'll be Sir George now.
That's right.
Thank you, gentlemen, thank you.
Mr. Percy. It's good to be alive again.
Isn't it?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Adamant. Nice of you to come so soon.
All haste, defend the crown. It's my family motto on my mother's side.
Yes, well, commendable sentiment. But it isn't exactly the crown that's endangered. The inland revenue, if anyone.
I see. May I, Minister?
Oh, yes. Please do.
Thank you.
The hearse, though, was involved in an accident. The coffin fell out and burst open. We found a dead man inside.
What else would you expect?
The dead man was Sir George Marston. He...
It's a very nasty cold you've got there.
Oh, this is killing me.
Have you taken anything for it?
Have I taken anything? I've had 4 different miracle drugs, injections of vitamins A, B, C, and D, to say nothing of electrothermal treatment.
Perhaps you'd care to try this. It's a medicinal snuff. My father picked it up at Balaclava.
Balaclava?
Please do.
Oh, well. Balaclava?
You were saying the man in the coffin is Sir George Marston.
Oh, yes. The financier. He died 36 hours ago of a heart attack.
Forgive me, Minister, I still don't see the point.
Well, the point is, Adamant, that when we fished him out of the coffin, he'd been dead for only 12 hours. And shot through the heart.
Curious. It would appear that he died twice.
Yes, and very inconveniently. Owing a fortune in back taxes.
Surely you have authority to go to his bank.
Oh, his bank account is empty. Not a penny left. I don't know. I say you can't take it with you. But he did. Somehow. Balaclava, you said?
The doctor who signed the death certificate.
Oh, it disappeared.
The undertakers?
Cannot be traced.
I see.
They abandoned the hearse. And the number plates are false. Yes, there's only one avenue left. One common factor to the pattern.
Pattern? This has happened before, then?
Yes, we suspect so. Over the past few months, 11 financiers have died suddenly. And each time, a day or so before they would have faced civil charges of debt or tax evasion.
Well, it couldn't have been better if they'd planned it themselves.
Exactly.
And the common factor you spoke of?
They all shared the same psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist? Yeah, they delve into your mind and work things out. Sort of head shrinkers.
A species of Amazonian Indian, you mean?
No, a psychiatrist's a kind of doctor,
Oh,
a
I see.
brain doctor. He gets right into your mind and looks at your id.
Your id?
Well, your ego, your
Ah.
psychic personality. And then he brings all your oppressions out into the open. These cups are a bit fragile, aren't
Yes,
they?
very. Very, Miss Jones. They are Chelsea Gold Anchor.
Oh, I thought that was a pub.
No, Miss Jones, it is a very fine bone china. That particular service has been in my family since George III gave it to us.
Well, it's about time you got yourself a decent set. I can't see these lasting much longer.
Neither can I, Miss Jones, neither can I. Perhaps you would prefer a mug.
No, I can manage, thanks.
Yes. Well, now, you were saying about repressions.
Oh, yeah.
Suppose one has no repressions to be brought out.
Oh, but everyone has, especially your lot.
My lot.
Well, generation. I mean, terribly repressed. That's why you were all so unhappy.
But I was always perfectly happy, Miss Jones.
Oh, but that's because you didn't know.
Know what?
About your repression.
About my...
I mean, if you'd known then how repressed you really were, you wouldn't have been so happy. You'd have realized that your happiness was a manifestation of your basic unhappiness.
I see. So, a psychiatrist teaches me how to be unhappy, is that it?
No,
No.
You've missed the point completely. Once you know how unhappy you are, then you can be happy.
Hmm?
Look, everyone's got something up here, something that bugs them.
Bugs them.
Well, disturbs or agitates, but they don't know what it is. So a psychiatrist shows them what it is.
How does he do that?
Well, he gets them to talk about
But
it.
how can they talk about it if they don't know what it is?
He hypnotizes them.
Oh, surely you don't believe that. Oh, nonsense. In my day, it was part of an entertainment, a traveling circus.
It's accepted as a fact now.
Oh, you can't believe that. And these psychiatrists use it, you say?
Yes.
Oh, but any man who used to use that was a charlatan. He was a rogue and a charlatan.
My fee is graduated according to the number of sessions required. I can't promise you a cure, Mr.
Smith. Adam Smith.
Mr. Smith. Now, let me put it this way. The mind is a dark corridor, long and devious. Now, all I can hope to do is to lighten that darkness a little. Much depends on the problem. Now, in your case, Mr. Do sit down. Your problem, Mr. Smith, seems to me to be one of overwork, I believe.
Yes, yes, it is.
Now, tell me, what do you do for a living?
Finance, stocks, shares, that kind of thing.
Oh, financier. Oh. Do you mind if I switch this on? It'll serve as a record for our first meeting.
No, please do.
So, a financier, eh? And perhaps the market hasn't been doing too well just lately.
No, no, indeed it hasn't. The London, Chatham and Dover Railway has fallen very heavily, I'm afraid.
The London, Chatham and... Yeah, Mr. Smith, you... you really must be joking.
Am I? Ah, yes, yes, I am.
Yes, of course you are. Well, now, would you care to lie down, Mr. Smith?
I'm perfectly comfortable as I am, thank you very much.
Now, it's essential that you should relax, Mr. Smith. Utterly.
Yes.
Hmm? That's better. Make yourself comfortable. Now, look here. I want you to follow follow this glass with your eyes. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now just relax. Relax. Let all your limbs go limp. Let your body float. 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 There. Oh, now, we'll start right back at your childhood. As far back as you can remember. You're a boy again. A little boy.
I'm driving through the countryside with my parents. Suddenly the horses have bolted. I cling to the hoops of my mother's skirt. Now I see soldiers marching.
Ah, yes, yes. The war, yes.
Sun glints on their tunics, red, gold, burgundy. White cockades flashing.
Cockades?
Now I'm 17. 17 is my 17th birthday. There's punch, porter, peacock's livers. There's a young Frenchman. He challenges me. We go outside, we take our coats off, we fight.
Ah, yes, well, boys will be boys.
To the death. Our time is passing. Passing.
What do you see?
Louise. Dear Louise. That face. That other face.
So clever, but oh, so vulnerable, so vulnerable.
I've been asleep, dreaming.
Indeed you have, Mr. Smith. Indeed you have.
Well?
Astonishing. The turn of the century in graphic detail. Tell me, do you fantasize in this way all the time? What I mean to say is, you see, you made up stories about yourself as a swordsman of repute, fighting and winning duels.
But I have a vivid imagination.
Yes, obviously. Yes, and obviously you're more trouble than you think to have to escape from reality in this way. Now, what is it, Mr. Smith?
Income tax.
Ah, that.
They're pressing me very hard.
And you have no money?
I have money enough, but not if I pay my taxes. They're pressing me very hard.
And you have no money?
Oh, I have money enough, but not if I pay my taxes.
Well, promising, eh? A certainty, don't you think? Metabolism low, thinking processes shaky, fighting duels. I think he's one for us.
We still have to persuade him, Velma. Nothing works unless we get his complete cooperation.
Well, you'll get it, I assure you. On the basis of one session alone, I'd say he was at his wit's end worrying about his tax problems. He'll take any way out.
Any way out. I like that, Velma. Definitely. Very well. Start work on Adam Smith. At once.
Lunge, parry. Lunge, parry, extend. Double, double. Riposte. Lunge! It's over. It's over. I've won. Well?
Still fighting your duels, Mr. Smith. Incredible accuracy. Yeah, you know, Mr. Smith, very often the tensions of the mind can be linked with the tensions of the body. You know, you need to relax more. Okay, I'd like to send you away for a week or two.
Where to?
To this address. Sunny Oaks. It's a health clinic.
Ah, Sims, my athletic gear. Let me give you a hand.
Oh, thank you, sir.
A lot of memories there, you know.
Oh, really, sir?
I haven't used this since I ran for Great Britain against Mesopotamia. Well, I'm off. I'll be in touch with you,
Yes,
Sims.
sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Ah, Miss Jones, I'm afraid I can't stop. Now, urgent business. Sims.
Yes, sir.
Would you prepare some tea for Miss Jones? In a brown mug.
Yes.
Goodbye, Miss Jones. Goodbye.
Urgent business? Something for the government?
I really wouldn't know, miss.
And if you did, you wouldn't tell. But that thing he was carrying, is he in training for some sort of a fight?
Very nosy was Rosie from Crewe. Asking questions was all she could do. She was found one day strangled and horribly mangled. I love happy endings, don't you?
All right, I don't care if you tell me or not. What's this? Recapture your lost youth? Then it is government work.
I really wouldn't know, miss.
But I mean, of course it is a health clinic. What would Adam want with that? He's as fit as a fiddle. Sunny Oaks. He's gone there. Probably walking straight into something dangerous.
Morning. Hello. Good Lord. Welcome to Sunny Oaks. Is there anyone here? No, quite obviously there isn't.
Oh, George, there you are. I want you to hurry down to the carpenter's. Oh, keeping your hand in?
No, Mr. Percy.
Oh, what is this then? Smith? Adam Smith? I don't recall anyone on our books.
Mr. Velma found a little while ago.
Oh, another little bundle for us to take care of, eh?
Yes, Mr. Percy.
Glad tidings indeed, glad tidings. And, now, do we know the dimensions of the deceased?
Well, he isn't deceased. Not yet, anyway.
Merely anticipating. Now, I told you about this before. No anticipating.
No, Mr. Percy.
Not only is it dangerous, but somehow this premeditation, well, it's unethical.
Well, unethical or not, it's a foregone conclusion. I mean, this Adam Smith, he'll be coming our way, and bet on it. He's at the health clinic now.
My welcome was vigorous. I apologize. I thought I had the place to myself. The name's Wilson. Ernest Wilson, fencing instructor, Sunny Oaks.
Wilson? Fencing? Now, isn't there a famous fencing academy just off the Strand?
There was. Wilson's Fencing Academy, founded by my great-grandfather. You've done some fencing then, Mr. Smith?
Well, as a matter of fact, I haven't. No, not...
Only in your mind, eh, Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith is constantly fighting duels in his dreams.
Dreams, hmm? Well, later on, we'll see how you shape up to reality. Exercise, that's part of the treatment. Your good health, Mrs. Smith.
That's part of the treatment, too. Carrot juice with 9 essential minerals.
Oh, you haven't any hock and seltzer, have you?
Not for you, I'm afraid. You must have a fixed calorie diet. Dehydration of the fatty tissues, steam baths in saline solution.
But merely to achieve a high degree of physical fitness, my dear fellow, I'd have thought that 3 good meals a day, a few brisk country walks was all that was needed.
Ah, but later on, we teach you how to relax.
How to breathe.
Yes, you must forgive me. I felt that I had mastered that accomplishment.
Air pollution, sedentary occupations. Modern man has forgotten how to breathe.
Yes, that is rather what I meant. Am I the only one here?
No. The others are taking the induced sleep.
Induced sleep?
I wonder, Wilson, would you mind showing Mr. Smith to his room?
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, certainly.
Ah, Susan, look after Mr. Smith, will you?
Certainly, sir.
Well, I'm afraid that wasn't very much of an introduction, was it? Adam Smith.
Hello.
Miss,
Susan will do. Well, you better get undressed and then into bed. Oh, that's the rule. Into bed, relax, and a full physical checkup. Then we know what treatment's right for you.
I see. I see. Well, thank you. Thank you. That will be all, madam. Thank you.
Well, I'm waiting to check you over.
I beg your pardon.
Well, the physical checkup, it's my job.
But you are a woman.
Oh, 10 out of 10 for observation. Now, then.
Madam, I really must insist.
Oh, now, look, I'm a qualified nurse.
Yes, I'm sure you are, madam, and I have the greatest admiration for your profession. I mean, in the Crimea, under Miss Nightingale, you performed the most sterling... Well, madam!
I have undressed men before. I've seen more.
I'm sure you have, madam. I'm sure you have. But I must insist that it is my mind that is issue. My mind, madam, not my body.
Very well. You get undressed and put these on. Then along the corridor to the shower room, a cool bracing shower will...
I am well aware of the beneficial effects of cold water, madam.
I'll bring your carrot juice later.
Thank you. Carrot juice.
Ah, Susan. What do you think of him?
Oh, he's a bit old-fashioned.
Ah, you noticed that too, did you? Archaic delusions, very straight. I'd like to make an exhaustive study of him.
My dear Velma, he won't be around that long, will he? You've left him occupied? Good, good. Come along, Velma. Time to talk to the other patients, I think.
Yes, of course, yes.
You can make your final sales talk.
Yes, dear things. Ah, well. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I trust you slept well.
Good, good. Come along, come along. We don't want you catching cold, do we? Now then, my colleague here informs me that he's put a certain proposition to you. But you all demanded proof of his promises, didn't you? Well, so you should, so you should.
But now we can offer you that proof. Ah, Mr. Percy, you there? Come along. That's it. Over there in the center, please. Here. Well, gentlemen. Well, gentlemen, there he is. For you all to see. Yes, gentlemen, you too can have a body like that. Really rather a neat trick, don't you think?
All tucked up in bed waiting. What a good little boy.
I'm glad that you're pleased with me, madam, but I must point out that I'm not a boy and that I stand 6 foot in my stocking feet.
Wrist.
I beg your pardon?
Wrist. Oh. Ooh, you're still wearing your shirt.
My nightshirt, madam. It is my nightshirt. Do all patients suffer these indignities?
Well, we give them all a checkup, yes.
And how many patients have you, madam?
Oh, it varies. In the main, there's usually half a dozen in the place, but we have a very high turnover.
Turnover?
Well, they pass on rather rapidly.
Really?
Well, it seems quick. You are in fine physical condition, Mr. Smith. Yes, you'll probably survive for a long, long time.
How reassuring.
Yes, well, I suppose you're hungry.
Yes, I am, madam. Very, very hungry.
Well, your supper's over there. Good night.
Thank you. Mr. Percy, undertaker, 5 Chartwell Street.
Looking for something, Mr. Smith?
What's going on down there? What's happening? What is it? What's going on? What's going on?
Smith, I caught him snooping.
Ha! 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 Transparent lost. Transparent. Now, Sir Percy, now, have at you. Now!
Yes.
I've won.
There you are. Yes, okay. Of course you did. Now it's time for Betty bye-byes. Come
Yes, Mother. All right. If you say so, Mother.
Come along, Bev.
Always the same delusions. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Come along, Bev.
I think I won.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, you did, and very bravely.
Oh, I'm so tired
Come and
now.
lie down.
I'm so,
Lie down.
so tired.
Now, you better see he gets some real rest. Hmm?
There we are.
All right, Susan? Now. All right. Let's take it easy and relax. Just relax. There. I'm gonna put him out for a day or two. No. I gave him a heavy dose. Strange, remarkable case.
How do you know he wasn't faking?
Faking? Well, his whole behavior was symptomatic of what I've already told you. I mean, the fantasies, the duelings.
Strange. When I came at him, he turned me aside with a pretty wrist stroke. Twice.
A lucky accident.
Turned me aside. Twice.
Say what you like, Sims. Adam's been gone 2 days now. 2 whole days and not a word from him.
I imagine if Mr. Adamant had wished to communicate with us, he would have done so.
But supposing he can't? Supposing he hasn't been allowed to? Have you thought about that?
My thoughts are mainly directed at the size of the baker's bill. A greedy young girl from Cologne simply couldn't leave starches alone. And the sweets that she ate made her so overweight, her shadow weighed 22 stone.
It's just a normal, healthy appetite.
Healthier, verging on the point of immortality, I should say.
Ah, come off it, Sims. It won't do me any harm.
Well, I suppose so, but I'm glad I haven't got to keep you.
Anyway, you're changing the subject. Adam, what's to be done about him?
I see no need for concern. After all, we know exactly where he went, don't we?
Yes, we do.
No. Watch the wrist action, Now then, hold the grip, but keep the pommel loose against the palm of the hand. Small movements, but direct ones, like so, and so. You ready? Now, come at me, both together, when I say, now! Ah! Too slow, I could have killed you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well?
Well?
Well, I want to enroll. Chickweed salads, green grass sandwiches, knees bend, arm stretch. I want building up.
Well, if I were you, I'd eat a few more cream cakes.
Oh, that would be quite easy. No, I need the discipline of a place like this. Now, where do I sign?
You don't. We only take recommended patients here.
Oh, well, as my school report says.
Recommended by Mr. Velma.
Velma?
Velma.
Oh, you mean without his...
Yes. Good morning.
Velma.
Who are you?
I'm George. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Here. What's you doing?
Measuring you up? The boss would call it anticipating, but seeing as you're here and I've got a spot of time to spare.
Measuring me up. What for?
Well, new suit. What else?
Oh, I see. I'd like something dark, please.
Oh. Right you are. More of a mahogany shade.
Would you cut it snug? I'd like it to fit snug.
Oh, this'll be snug, all right. You can depend on it. If nothing else, it'll be snug.
Mr. Velma?
Mr. Velma?
Mr. Percy. Mr. Percy, number 5. Something or other street. What was it?
Have you no idea who sent her?
No. You know, you'll do yourself an injury one of these days.
It's quite all right, my dear Velma. When you're in constant training the way I am, this sort of thing comes quite easy.
I see.
Quite easy.
You seem to be stuck. Can I help?
Just a little. Thank you. That's enough. That's enough. Why the devil didn't Percy keep the door locked, letting her wander in? See the coffin?
It can't be helped. We've got other things to think of now.
Smith.
It's about time we started putting him to the test.
Precisely.
No. Come on, Milton. Come on. For heaven's sake, we've been through all that. It was an accident. A fluke.
Not the way he turned me aside, Velma. But you're quite right. It is time we put him to the test.
Oh, my goodness me.
Mr. Smith, I trust you slept well.
Yes, indeed I did. I must have been unconscious for...
36 hours. We're not unconscious, just resting. Recharging those tired tissues.
With what success, Let us see, shall we, Mr. Smith?
Oh, my goodness me.
Put him to the test, you said. Time for your first lesson, Mr. Smith.
Well, I'm afraid that I've never even held a sword before, Mr.
Always
Wilson.
the first time, Mr. Smith. Ah, no mask. Very well, as you wish,
Yes,
as you
boss.
wish. Now, come along. On guard. On guard.
Well... Oh, no. I'm afraid you're much too fast for me.
Oh, you see, Wilson, I said it was a fluke.
All that sleep, 36 hours.
That's well, some wish it could be longer.
While they're asleep, they don't have to face up to their problems.
Take your own case, Mr. Smith. You haven't worried about your tax problems now for, what, 36 hours?
Well, no, I haven't.
If only it could have been longer.
Ah, that would be something, wouldn't it, Mr. Smith? To fall asleep and to wake up with your problems behind you.
Far behind you.
Years behind you.
It's quite a thought, don't you think?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. But come on, Wilson, come on. We've got things to do. Menu diets to prepare, calorie charts.
Chart. 5 Chartwell Street.
Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon...
Good day, dear sir. Good day. Well, I use the term as a formality. Clearly, it's a bad day for you.
Hmm?
Well, what else would bring you here?
Oh, I see, yes.
Is someone near and dear to you?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Well, if you would care to give me the...
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to look around first.
Ah, yes, a wise choice, yes. Survey the field first, very wise indeed.
Thank you.
But I assure you that you will find no better value than you will get here. Moderate terms allied to a sober, dedicated attitude. You like that? Ah, you have taste. Solid British oak, with a choice of handle simulated silver, plastic, platinum, or gold plate. All in together with our Schedule B funeral service, including 4 bowls of plastic flowers, 2 indestructible wreaths, 4 pallbearers, and 9 assorted mourners, all discreetly weeping.
No horses?
Alas, no longer. I superintend all the arrangements myself, but of course I do not attend the funeral.
No.
My face is my misfortune. An undertaker with a cheerful face. Well, cherubic even. It might tend to add a note of incongruity to the proceeding.
I see,
yes. Now, this one here, African beech with fluted handles.
The one that Sir George Marston had.
Marston?
Yes, Sir George Marston. You did handle the arrangements, I believe.
Marston? Must be mistaken. I don't recall anyone of that name. Now, this near and dear one of yours, Don't touch that! Poor child. So young, too.
Monsters! Inhuman monsters.
You can't blame yourself, Adamant. It isn't as though you told the girl to get involved. After all, you said yourself she's wild.
A mere slip of a girl, a child.
Well, nobody told her to get involved.
So young, the blackguard says their fiendish villainy know no bounds.
I'm sorry. Obviously, you were very fond of the girl.
I respected her, Minister. I didn't always understand her little ways, her foibles, her noisy... I shall have my vengeance granted. I shall have it.
I don't doubt it. And with what you've learned and what we found out about Wilson...
Wilson?
Oh, yes. Apart from his fencing activities, he's a qualified doctor. So now, with your help, we have the undertaker, the doctor, Belmer. All we have to do now is arrest them.
No. No. We still don't know why Sir George Marston died twice, but I have the glimmerings of an idea.
Really? Well, could you explain what...
Velma, Wilson, Percy, whatever their devilish schemes may be, I intend to catch them red-handed.
Well, whatever you say.
You cannot alter my purpose. When I think of Miss Jones, that poor, frail, defenseless girl.
Ah! Oh!
What's happened?
The girl, the drug must have worn off. She popped up and bopped me.
Get on to Belmer. Tell him that the girl's loose and may talk. Tell him to get the Adam Smith assignment over and done with right away, and then we go underground.
And so does Adam Smith.
We hope you've given some thought to what we said earlier.
About going to sleep and leaving your problems behind.
Behind?
Suppose you are pronounced officially dead.
It'd be the end of your tax problems, wouldn't it?
Yes, indeed it would, gentlemen, but it would also be the end of me.
Yes, but suppose. Suppose, actually, you weren't dead.
Only sleeping.
Under controlled conditions.
With no danger.
And you wake up in a few years' time.
Say 10.
Or 20.
Everyone's forgotten about Adam Smith.
And his debts. Even the income tax people.
Even if they hadn't, I doubt if they could bring any legal charges against you.
Not after all this time.
Not if you were officially dead.
The chance of a brand new life.
A fresh start.
Well, it's very interesting, gentlemen, but surely it just can't be done.
Yes, but suppose it could be done.
Would you take advantage of it?
At a cost of, say, 1/3 of your total assets.
The rest to be buried with you.
For when you wake up.
Well?
Well, of course I'd take advantage of it, but why discuss it, gentlemen, when we all know that it is impossible?
Oh, but it is possible. You see, we've done it.
For dozens of satisfied clients.
Adamant.
You've heard of him?
Yes, vaguely.
He slept for 64 years.
Woke up in perfect condition.
Apart from some impairment of the brain.
I beg your pardon?
But we've advanced far beyond that.
Perfected the whole system. We've studied Adamant, you see.
Found out how it was done.
And improved upon it. That's how we're able to offer you this service right now. You see, we take care of all the arrangements. Medical certificates, funeral.
Funeral?
No, it's just a little charade, you know?
And afterwards, your body is stored, scientifically, until it is time for you to wake up again.
Well?
Well...
He's not convinced.
Yes, well, obviously he needs proof. We can offer you proof as well, you know.
Charles.
Our first success.
Our vintage model.
Go and fetch him, Wilson, will you? You know, we put Charles down over a year ago. Since then, we haven't had to do anything to him at all, except dust him every now and then. You know, he's in perfect condition. Perfect. Well, anyway, see for yourself.
Susan, hurry up. Charles is waiting to see you.
Oh, there's one born every minute. Oh, there we are.
Ah, there you are. Come along, Wilson, thank you. There, Mr. Smith. Charles.
Looks just like a dead man, doesn't he?
Dead to the world.
The word of debts, money troubles, income tax.
Feel his wrist. Go on. That pulse is beating strongly, isn't it?
It's amazing. Amazing. Well, how do you...
Ah, yes, well, of course, that's our secret. A combination of drugs and medical skill, and all at your disposal, Mr. Smith.
All right. I'll go through with it.
Excellent.
Splendid.
The sooner the better, I think.
All we need now is your power of attorney.
So that we can take care of your affairs after you've gone.
Gone?
To sleep. Now, who would you like informed?
With deep regret.
My valet, merely my valet. I'll give you his address.
Fine. Mr. Smith, I'm sure you won't live to regret this.
Oh, I've had the most terrible time. I've got to get hold of Adam. Have you seen him? I've got to tell him about the undertakers and an
Adamant is
awful
dead.
man called...
A little while ago, he passed away at the health clinic.
Oh, my God.
They phoned me. A sudden seizure. Poor man, cut down in his prime.
Did you talk to
Mr. Wellmer or Selmer.
Velma? Then he was murdered.
But you've no evidence.
No, but I'm going to get it.
Adam Smith. Well, there's a first time for everything. Thank you.
Well, I don't think we'd really need this, do you think?
After all, we won't be doing much walking, will we?
Well, it's an old family tradition. My valet would notice. We wouldn't want him to be suspicious.
Yes, quite. Everything must be as normal.
Well, your death certificate.
So Adam Smith is no more.
Well, nearly, yes. All that remains is that little charade of a funeral. Well, now, if you don't mind, we'll close the lid now, I think. You'll be taken to a funeral parlor, the coffin will be filled with stones, and the illusion will be complete.
You know, I was just thinking. I was just thinking that if you killed me now, I'd have cooperated at my own murder. It's an amusing thought, don't you think?
Most amusing.
I wonder what's keeping Percy.
There you are.
Cut it a bit fine, didn't you? Come on, let's get going.
Going?
The coffin.
You can't have it back at my place.
Why not?
Oh, the girl got away, didn't she? Now tell him what she'll do.
I've closed my place down clean as a whistle. I'm not going back there.
There's only one thing for it.
We can't do it here. Well, not yet, you fool. Not yet. What about the other patients? Supposing one of them comes in.
silence them.
We can't do that. We can't, possibly. Go and tell Susan to lock them in their rooms.
Susan! 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 Look the other patients in their rooms for a while, will you? Use that if necessary. Well, they're being locked away. Good. Young gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith, it's time to look alive. Ah. Ah.
There she is rolling.
Stop it, you two. Don't I think you're playing upset.
Shoot! Percy, shoot!
Wilson! Wilson, that lesson you spoke of, I think now would be an appropriate time. I thought you were dead.
This will be your last lesson, Mr. Smith.
We'll see, shall we, Wilson?
No good, I grant you. You fight in the exact style of my great-grandfather.
I ought to. He taught me. Come on.
Expertise is not enough. You can be taught the moves, but not the killing instinct. That is the supreme test, Mr. Smith. You can fight, but can you kill?
I think I can try, Mr. Wilson. I can try. My dear Miss Jones.
I'm so glad you're still alive.
So am I, Miss Jones. I think we might celebrate. A good burgundy for me and a glass of sarsaparilla for you.
Celebrate?
Yes, our return from the dead.
Hey, hasn't wait for me. You
Are our two worlds so far apart? Reaching for your heart was reaching for a star. Is it that I arrived too late? Instrument of fate? Is that all you are in one simple breath? You may think he's a charmer, but death is the life he has known. If you want love and your years filled with laughter and content ever after, leave this man alone. Leave this man alone. Leave this man